Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Looking for a pair of shoes? Let's Up Stores has a wide range of selection for unisex footwear. We have the best quality of all brands at pocket-friendly prices and with neck deliveries countrywide. Just place your order or reach us on 0772 08 0090. You can also check up at Let's Up Stores on all our social media platforms. Let's Up, craft your own footprints. Are you craving for that special meal that will entice your taste buds and leave you with lasting thrilling memories? Look no further. Spice Island Bulenga has got your answer. Natural, fresh and delicious juice, the best meals. Don't miss our daily specials from Monday to Sunday. Pizza Wednesday, Saturday Pizza Bonanza, you buy one and take two. Come dine with us and feel the experience. We are located at Prime Shopping Center in Bulenga, Mitiana Road. For inquiries, call us on 0704 11 1720. Spice Island, we treat your cravings.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Nyongera kubuuzaako gwe yonna gy'osinzidde okuba ng'otulaba amakya amalungi eri ggwe munnaffe atulabira wano mu Uganda, atulabira kantwale Africa yonna okutwaliza awamu. Waliwo bannaffe abatulabira ate emitala w'amayanja nga bbe waabwe obudde bukyazibye. Naye nga nkulamusaako yonna gy'osinzidde okuba ng'otulaba era omulimu gw'okola gw'amaanyi nnyo, gusiimirwa ddala. Nkwaniriza nnyo ku program Mighty Drive era nga nze Omumbejja Luwedde Lilian okuba nga nkutuusaako program olunaku olwaleero, olunaku lwakuna nnaku z'omwezi tubalira ddala 18 omwezi ogwa January omwaka 2024. Ate omwezi ogwa January tugutambuddeko ennaku eziwerera ddala, so ennaku 18 si nnaku ntono nnyo. Ennaku zikuyisizza zitya zino ze twakatambula, akabamu mwatandise dda okujjaji ng'omwaka bwe gunaatambula, naye nga twakagutambulako ennaku 18 zokka, ekitali kirungi. Naye nga nkutegeeza tuli butereevu ku peeji zaffe The Alternative Uganda ne Digital TV gy'emikutu kw'osobola okuba nga otufunira, so ng'ate YouTube channel yaffe eri The Alternative Uganda. Ku mikutu emirala kwe tuli nnyo ku Twitter at The Alternative Uga, kwe tuli ne Instagram naye osobola okuba nga otusangayo The Alternative Uganda. Gwe kasita oteekamu The Alternative Uganda tosobola kuba nga olemwa kutufuna, bwe kiba Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wonna tutambule ffenna tugoberere likinga shows zaffe, pages zaffe zigoberere, ku YouTube subscribing. Bw'obanga gumaliriza osobola ate n'okuweerezaako munno naye na subscribing, kale naabanga information gy'afuna ate nnyuvu nnyo because ffe twewaayo okubanga bwe tukuweereza, naye nga mu kuweereza mubaamu okuyiga okwenjawulo, mubaamu okubuulirwa, kale n'ebirala bingi nnyo ebigwa mu kkoweeri. So tambula naffe ate tusobole okuba nga tukutambuliza obulamu nga bwe bulina okuba nga butambula. Ngenda kuba nga mpitaayitako mu ebyo ebyakoze amawulire ate wano ewaffe e Uganda otegeere biki ebiriwo. Abamu ku bannaffe muli mitala w'amayanja nga mwetaaga information ate egenda mu maaso wano mu ggwanga lyaffe, naye nga ngenda kubanga mbikuyitiramuko osobole okuba nga obitegeera bulungi, kale otambulire mu kumanya. Ngenda kubanga ntandika n'olukungaana luno olwa Non-Aligned Movement lukyayindira wali Munyonyo era nga kakati tutambudde tutuuse ku lunaku ate olwokuna nga bwe tutyo bwe tugenda maaso n'okubanga tukitambuza lukuŋŋaana lwa mulundi gwa 19 era nga munnange bwe tutambudde kuliko wano mu ggwanga eryaffe erya Uganda abakulembeze ab'enjawulo batandise dda okubanga bajja era nga embeera olunaku olw'eggulo ate ku kisaawe ky'Ennyonyi Entebbe yasiibyeyo akeetalo okwaniriza abagenyi abagenda okubanga batuuka kuno kwetaba mu lukuŋŋaana luno olwa non-aligned movement era nga lukwajjiza wano ewaffe Uganda era nga luli wali Munyonyo. Kakati waliwo abakulembeze b'amawanga ag'enjawulo bamaze dda okubanga batuuka ate wano mu ggwanga erya Uganda. Abamu bannamukago ate abalala munnange bo si bannamukago, bo nabo bazze okubanga beetaba ate mu lukuŋŋaana lw'amawanga gannampawengwa olugenda mu maaso wano ate ewaffe Munyonyo. Ku baatuuse olunaku olw'eggulo kuliko President w'eggwanga erya South Sudan Salva Kiir Mayardit era nga naye yatuukidde ddala wano ewaffe Uganda. President w'eggwanga erya Somalia naye yatuuse okubeerawo mu lukuŋŋaana luno. Naye owa Sudan nti munnaye ye takiika mu mukago guno naye nga yazze kwetegereza ebigenda mu maaso. So abakulembeze bagenda mu maaso n'okubanga batuuka, abalala bakyasobola okubanga batuuka. Waliwo bayitirivu nnyo be bagambye nti bawerera ddala 28 bano be bakakasiddwa okubanga kakati nabo bagenda kubanga batuuka okwetaba mu lukuŋŋaana luno olw'amawanga gannampawengwa. Lusuubira okubanga lukomekkerezebwa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 20. Naye we lunaakomekkerezebwa, omukulembeze w'eggwanga lino General Kaguta Museveni ajja kubanga akwasiddwa ate obukulu okubanga abutambuliza ddala okumalira ddala emyaka 3 ng'ekisanja kye kijja kuba kiggwako mu mwaka ogwa 2027. Kakati ate munnange ye minisita avunaanyizibwa ku nsonga z'ebweru w'eggwanga njogera ku Jeje Odong ate olunaku olw'eggulo yakwasiddwa obukulu obwa ssentebe omuggya ow'omukago ogutaba amawanga gano gannampawengwa gwa non-aligned movement olunaku olw'eggulo era nga lwe lunaku olwokusatu ng'olukuŋŋaana luno lukyayinda era nga luli ku Speak Resort Munyonyo. Olukuŋŋaana luno lwabaddemu baminisita okuva mu mawanga ate ag'enjawulo. Njogera ku baminisita abava mu mawanga agalwetabyemu ate nga bakubaganya ebirowoozo era nga luno munnange olukuŋŋaana lwakubiriziddwa minisita waffe ow'ensonga z'ebweru w'eggwanga Jeje Odong era nga ekisanja kye nakyo kijja kuba nga kya myaka 3 mirambirira. Bayogeddeko ku nsonga ez'enjawulo. Olutalo lwa Isirairi ne Palestine balukoonyeeko era ne bategeeza nti abantu bangi nnyo abalufiiriddemu nga basobola ddala mu 2,014. Ne bategeeza nti wabeewo ekikolebwa ku nsonga eno ate basobole okubanga baginogera eddagala. Abantu bangi nnyo abalufiiriddemu, kale ne basaba wabeewo ekikolebwa oba mu kuteesa kuno babeeko kye bakkaanyaako okusobola okulaba nti olutalo olwo ate lukomekkerezebwa olw'ensonga nti bangi nnyo abantu abalufiiriddemu. Kakati ensonga za Naama nga nziwummuzaako wabbali ate ngenda kubanga nzirako eri bwabannaffe aba United Forces of Change bano nno nga beegasse ate okusobola okulaba nti babako ensonga ez'enjawulo ze baggusa eziruma bannayuganda, kale n'okulaba butya bwe basobola okubanga bakolera wamu okukyusa obukulembeze bo bwe bagamba nti munnange si bulungi. Bano sabbiiti eno baakuŋŋaanira e Katonga era nga baliko obubaka obw'enjawulo bwe baweereza gavumenti omwali abakulu okuva mu NUP, okuva mu FDC ye Katonga, okuva mu Democratic Party eya Honorable Lulume Bayiga n'abalala bangi nnyo okwaliko aba PPP naye nga yo Jema munnange tebaaliyo olw'ensonga bo bagamba nti tebabategeezaako ku lukuŋŋaana luno, kale ne baba nga tebasobola kubanga balwetabako. Kakati balangiridde era oba balangirira nti olunaku olwokuna leero olunaku olwaleero nti bagenda kubanga batandika ate okwekalakaasa kwabwe okw'emirembe nga bano nno munnange okwekalakaasa kuno bagenda kubanga bakuteekako essira bagenda kuliteeka ate ku binnya ebibi ebiri mu nguudo z'omu kibuga Kampala era nga bagamba nti olunaku ate olw'okwekalakaasa lugenda kuba lwaleero ensonga zibagenda okuba nga bakoonako ebinnya ebijjudde mu kibuga Kampala ebintu ebitagenda bulungi nnyo naye nga ye omukulu Burora yavuddeyo n'ategeeza nti bannabyabufuzi bano ate balina olukwesikwesi olw'okutabangula olukuŋŋaana ate olwannamu nga luno ne lugenda mu maaso wali emunyonyo nga bwe nakutegeezezzaako n'emirembe egyaleetebwa gavumenti ya NRM era bino nno yabyogeredde yabadde ku ssengejjero ly'amawulire mu Kampala ate bwe yabadde ayogerako eri bannamawulire bw'atyo bwe yategeezezza n'agaa nti munnange ebintu eby'enjawulo wanene waffe bingi nnyo ebireeteddwa gavumenti ya NRM so bano abali ku ludda oluvuganya gavumenti tebalina nnyo kyamaanyi ate kye bayinza kubanga bakolawo. Nalabye Dr. Chris bali omunsi ng'agamba nti baagala publicity baagala baboogereko olw'ensonga tulina olukuŋŋaana oluliwo olw'amaanyi kale bano kukikola baagala just mawulire gaboogereko naye nga tewali nnyo kyamaanyi ate kye bagenda kubanga bakola naye ye omukulu Burora ye munaye naye yabayisizzaamu ate abamu kye batera okuyita eggaali naye nga bwe tuba nga tukyali ku nsonga eyo yennyini bo bannabyabufuzi ate abava still ku ludda oluvuganya gavumenti abali mu bibiina eby'enjawulo bo baakubye ebituli mu mukago guno ogw'abannankyukakyuka era nga bano bakuŋŋaana nga bwe nkugambye wali e Katonga ne basobola okuba nga beegattira wamu nga bagenda kutambulira wamu ate okufrontinga ensonga eziruma bannayuganda bo abannabyabufuzi abamu okuva mu bibiina eby'enjawulo waliwo bannaffe waliwo abakulu aba UPC nalabyeko omukulu Bill era ng'ono ye secretary w'ekibiina ki UPC abakulu abali wansi w'obukulembeze bwa Honorable Jimmy Akena era nga bo bagamba nti munnange bino tebalina nnyo lugendo oba tebalina nnyo gye balaga era nga bayinza n'obutawangalayo nagamba naye bo tebasobodde kubanga babeegattako ate munnange bo ne babanga ekyabwe bakikola ku lwabwe era nga bagamba nti omukago guno gujjuddemu abakulembeze abasudde ebibiina binnansangwa era nga bagamba munnange bo tebalina nteekateeka yonna yakuba nti babeegattako aba DP abali wansi w'obukulembeze ate abali wansi w'obukulembeze bwa Honorable Norbert Mao nabo bagambye nti bano tebagenda kubanga babeegattako bo bamanyi bulungi nnyo bwe basobola okubanga basanga ebitebe by'ebibiina ate okusobola okubanga bakolaganira wamu so ezo ensonga nazo bwe zityo bwe ziri ntambudde ate neeyongeddeyo mu ggulire ddala abasuubuzi okuyita mu kibiina ekitaba abasuubuzi wano mu ggwanga erya Uganda kikasiita Uganda nabo baweze okubanga bategeka okwekalakaasa okw'emirembe amangu ddala ng'enkuŋŋaana okuli olwa Non-Aligned Movement n'olwa G77 nga ziwedde era nga bano ensonga ebaleetera okubanga bakola ekyo kwe kuba nti banyigiriziddwa nnyo ebitagambika kwegamba nti okunyigirizibwa kuno kuleeteddwa enkuŋŋaana zino ate nga gavumenti tefuddeeyo kubanga ebaliyirira ssentebe w'ekibiina kino ekitaba abasuubuzi wano mu ggwanga kikasiita Uganda Thaddeus Musoke ate yategeezezza nti munnange ekyannaku nnyo nti ebintu bingi nnyo bye baali basuubira ate mu nkuŋŋaana zino naye nga kaakati ate tewali kintu kyonna kye basobodde kubanga abafunamu okuva mu bamusigansimbi ate abazze mu lukuŋŋaana luno kubanga tebalinaawo mukisa gwonna gubasisinkana bakubiriziddwa okubanga basimayiringira abakulu buli lumu balaba nga bayiseewo ku nguudo gye bagenda okubanga bayitako ate mukuume akamwenyumwenyu muleme okubeera n'ennaku oba ne feesi embi naye kaakati abakulu gye buvuddeko bategeeza nti anaabafunye sitiiko oba anaabafunye ID oba kyonna kye babawa okubanga oyingira mu lukuŋŋaana luno gwe wekka gwajja okubeera ekitundutundu ku ddobo onaabanga munnange toweereddwa kakonge kakwawula ku balala oba kakulaga nti okkirizibwa okugenda mu lukuŋŋaana olwo kale ne bw'onaaba oyagala nnyo tojja kusobola kusisinkana bantu bano. Natera okuba nga mpozika updates zaffe ez'olunaku olwaleero olw'eno tegwattibweko omugenyi waffe eyalindiridde edda era nga njagala ndowooza mpunzike n'eggulire lino ate erya kaliisoliiso wa gavumenti. Njogera ku Honorable Betty Olive n'emisango Kamya ate yazzeemu buto okubanga aggula emisango emijja ku minisita w'ensonga za Karamoja. Njogera ku Dr. Mary Gareth Kitutu era nga gino gyekuusa ku kufiiriza gavumenti ate ensimbi eziri eyo mu buwumbi. Minisita Mary Gareth Kitutu ye minisita w'ensonga za Karamoja era ng'omwaka oguwedde kale nno ensonga z'amabaati g'e Karamoja zaamuzaalira ate ebizibu ebiyitirivu ne state minister naye n'abanga atwaliddwamu. Kakati emisango gino ate nno munnange gittukiziddwa buto okubanga bamuvunaana okufiiriza gavumenti. Olwo nno IGG yakyusizzaamu mu mpaaba kale ne kiba nti omusango ku luno ogwawaabiddwa gwe gw'okubanga minisita yafiiriza gavumenti ssente empitirivu nnyo. Naye minisita Mary Gareth Kitutu naye yavuddeyo n'afulumya ebbaluwa ate eyongera okubanga ayogera eri IGG ku nsonga zino zennyini oba ku misango gino gyennyini gye baamutaddeko nti munnange ye nga ye si yavunaanyizibwa ku bintu bino wabula just ye minisita ogugwe gwakulagira oba gwakubeera kalabalaba ku ebyo ebikoleddwa nti si ye yakwata amabaati n'agagabira abantu. Nedda naye ogugwe gwali gwakubeera kalabalaba n'agamba nti munnaaye ye n'okulabikako tajja kulabikako olw'ensonga nti tali mu mbeera nnungi n'ebirala bingi nnyo ebiri mu kiwandiiko ate kye yafulumiza okwewozaako ku misango egyo gye bamuvunaana. Ku ddakiika 25 ezakayitako saibiri ez'amakya g'olunaku olwaleero Mighty Global News Updates ngenda kuba nga nzikomya wano. Amawulire gabadde mangi naye sisobodde kubanga ate ngamalayo ebyekisanja ky'abakakiiko k'ebyokulonda munnange amannya gafulumiziddwa kale ne kiba nti omulamuzi Simon Byabakama ate yakyali chairman w'akakiiko ak'ebyokulonda. So ebirala bingi byesobodde kubanga mbawa naye olwakadde katwaniriza omugenyi waffe atwegatteko ate tutambule ffenna kutuuka ku ssaawa 4 ezakalasamanyazi. Ensonga ze tugenda okwogerako olukuŋŋaana luno olwannaamu abavubuka bagenda kuluganyulwamu batya. Omukulu Kiya Ismail omukulembeze wa Uganda Young Democrats era ng'ava mu kibiina ekya Democratic Party wali olunaku olwaleero bwe tugenda okuba nga tutambula ne munnange Rogers tuli ahabwe.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hi Rogers, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess, yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes, it can, although it may not be as easy as it sounds. And here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me and you now have to spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digital.
Go to the church, though.
Tawali man, what's up?
Man, can you imagine people just dump everywhere? Someone drinks water and throws the bottle wherever.
Come on, Rogers. What else do you expect people to do with an empty bottle?
Simanya now, did you know that plastics take at least 450 years to decompose?
What? That's a long time.
Exactly. Because plastics are made out of a lightweight and flexible material that doesn't decompose easily. And plastics everywhere in the environment cause plastic pollution.
What is plastic pollution now?
It is the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment, like bottles, polythene bags, straws. All of these contribute to plastic pollution.
I have been using them without knowing their effect.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Plastics are a danger to the ecosystem, both on land and in water.
So how can we overcome this problem? Is there something we can do?
Oh yes, we can reduce by minimizing the use of plastics, reuse by repurposing them, or recycle by collecting and processing them into new products.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digital.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Nyongera okubuuzaako gwe munange akyatwekomeddeko omulimu gw'okola gw'amaanyi nnyo era gwa ttendo. Nyongerako siima busiimi nze Omumbejja Luwedde Lilian nkwaniriza nnyo ate gwe yakatwegattako ku program The Mighty Drive tutambula ffenna okutuuka ku ssaawa 4 ez'akalasamayanzi. Nze Omumbejja Luwedde Lilian era nga mu studios ndimu n'abakulu babiri munnange bwe tugenda okuba nga tutambuza show olunaku olwaleero Rogers Tulyahabwe n'omugenyi waffe w'olunaku olwaleero omukulu Kirya Ismail. Tugenda kuba twogera ku nsonga zikwatagana ku bavubuka n'enkuŋŋaana zino ezitegekeddwa wano ewaffe Uganda. Olwalina mu ddo lutambudde naye ati G77 tennaba kubanga ebeera oba abavubuka ku mulundi guno nga tebali ku mwanjo oba basobola batya okubanga baganyulwa ate mu nteekateeka zino oba mu nkuŋŋaana zino nga abavubuka bo balabika nga abalekeddwa ebbali naye basobola batya okubanga baganyulwamu. So tugenda kubanga tutambulirawo wennyini tuli butereevu ku page zaffe The Alternative Uganda ne Digital TV gye mikulu kosobola okubanga otufunira so nga ate YouTube channel yaffe The Alternative Uganda nsaba subscribing ate tutambule ffenna otegeere programs ze tulina na biki ate byetukola. Sigenda kubanga mbawa quote of the day olw'ensonga munnange Rogers Tulyahabwe yateeseteese okubanga ayinako obubaka bwagenda okutuwa ng'omugenyi waffe tannaba kubanga atuuka. So ngenda kubanga akazindalo nkamuweereza asooka alamuse kuba tulaba obubaka obwabwe tuwe mu bujjuvu bwabo naye ng'akadde bwe kanaaba katubuzesezza tujja kuonako kale ku ebyo ebiriwo wano ewaffe Uganda. Abaali ku ludda oluwabula gavumenti basazeewo kubanga beegattira wamu okubaako eddoboozi lye baggusa n'okulaga obutali bumativu ate ku binyigiriza bannayuganda ndowooza ku screen yo bagenda maaso n'okusimba ebitooke mu binnya babagambye n'abayagadde oba n'abayagadde okulundiramu ebyennyanja kale oli wa ddembe ebyo byonna byonna okusobola okubikola kwegaawo kyonna ky'onaaba osobodde okukola okulaga ebinnya bino ate biri wakazi ndalondoza kankawereza Rogers Tulyahabwe naye abenga atandikira awo wennyini.
Thank you so much.
Osimba ddi ebitooke gwe? oba onaalunda byennyanja.
I thought roads are for people, but anyways, I think it's okay for people to show their dissatisfaction. And,
Yeah.
I hope that it's a beginning of another change. I hope the authorities will respect that. Mukulembeze kiza message, Dr. retired Kano Chiza message, I do not know if they will continue today because I think the plan was that they go to the streets today. I do not know if that is going to happen. Nevertheless, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of the conversation. My name is Regis Turiawa, and it's a privilege to be here this morning as we talk about a number of issues that are happening around, but also one of the issues that we are highlighting is the fact that Uganda is hosting the Non-Aligned Movement Summit here in Uganda, which began on the 15th and very likely to end on the 20th. But today, specifically this day on the 18th of January, we have the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, the commonly known as IGAD meeting today, which is a member state, a body of 8 East African countries. Largely they're in South Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti, and Somalia, I think. So those are the ones that are going to be meeting today, and a number of issues that are going to be discussed include the tensions between Ethiopia and Somalia over Somaliland. Meanwhile, just for a bit of context, Somaliland broke away from Somalia in 1991, but it has largely not been recognized as a sovereign state. Now, they signed a memorandum of understanding giving Ethiopia an access to the Red Sea ports of Berbera for a period of 50 years, giving them, I think, about 20 kilometers of the access to the port for Ethiopia to build a naval base, but also a commercial port. So Somalia is saying that Ethiopia is interfering with its sovereignty, and those are some of the issues they want to talk about. And of course, the issues of Sudan between Burhan, who is the leader of the government in Sudan right now, and the Hemeti, the commonly known Hemeti, who is also the leader of the RSF, sort of the paramilitary group that is fighting the government of Sudan. Apparently, Sudan, Burhan pulled out of the meeting, saying that IGAD cannot recognize Hemeti being the rebel that he is in Sudan. And it should also be remembered that last year in December, they were supposed to have a one-on-one meeting, which Hemeti pulled out of, and they decided to cancel the meeting, to convene it this time. And then this time they invited, the other one confirmed, and then the government cancelled attendance. So those are some of the issues they want to discuss. I, as an individual, have more interest in that one than in NAM, because NAM is largely diplomatic. This one seems to, I hope it does come out with some, make some outcomes that are going to address some tensions that are happening in East Africa. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to invite our guests for the day. We're going to still be talking about largely all of those issues. We're going to look at the bodies as they are. We have African Union, we have East African Community. These days we have issues. Kenya had issues recently with Tanzania. It has issues with Uganda and the East African Court of Justice. So we want to look at all of these bodies, including
there's Burundi and Rwanda. There's Rwanda exactly. And Congo.
Yeah. Burundi closed the border with Rwanda. Now Uganda is also suffering by extension because now it has to use the longer route through Tanzania to be able to export goods to Burundi. It's a whole mess, and we want to talk about all of these things. But I'm going to invite our guests for the day to say hello to you, and then we'll get right into it. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Rogers and Lydia.
Yes, you're welcome to the show.
Happy New Year to the viewers and all the people who are hosting me today. I'm really happy to be my first issue at Victor TV 2024.
Yes.
Kiria Ismail is my name. I'm the president of the Ugandan Democrats. I also serve as the acting spokesperson of the Democratic Party. And I'm also the president of the Young Democratic Union of Africa, a center-right body of young people in Africa. Yeah. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming here.
Yes.
The issues we want to look at are largely for youths and about youth.
Yes.
At some point, obviously, we're going to ask for the opinion of a youth leader that you are on some of the issues that are happening in the region or even around the world. But to begin with, as the discussion is about the NAM summit that is happening in Uganda today, first off, I think it's a privilege for us to host. What do you think about NAM summits to begin with? Before it gets to the youth, what are your thoughts about NAM and Uganda hosting it this year?
One, I would like actually to thank my country nja kusooka okwebaza actually ensi yaffe olw'okusobola okuteekateeka olukiiko olunene ng'olwo this year. It has come after numerous activities. We had a conference on speakers and presiding officers. It has been followed by NAM. G77 is following. IGAD.
It's happening.
So many activities which are happening in our country, which is very, very much privileged. To begin with, I think the viewer has to first understand what is NAM.
Yes.
Where did it come from, and why are actually delegates actually coming here in Uganda? NAM, I think if I'm trying to stress, it started in around 1961. You know, before 1960s, we had a lot of wars. Twaine entalo za mawanga, twaine entalo za religious wars. We had ideological wars. We had so many wars. So in that regard, you know what always actually takes the world is about either you're socialist or you're capitalist. Now, that's where the idea of non-alignment came from. Whereby countries say, okay, yes, there is socialism and capitalism, but instead of asking us, where do you belong? Let us create a movement which for us we are not non-aligned.
We don't belong anywhere.
Exactly. However, we shall go for anything which is good for our countries. If it is in socialism and it is good for our countries, we can go for it. If it is in capitalism and it is good for our countries, we can go for it. That's where it started from. And I think it started with around 5 countries. Right now we have around 120 countries. It is really a great confidence to our country. I was somewhere and someone was asking, should we say that actually we should credit NRM government for having this confidence of actually bringing these people here? I said, no, it is not about the NRM government, but it's about the Republic of Uganda.
Oh, yeah.
Because the NRM government started around 1986. The Republic of Uganda started in 1962. So the presidents who have been actually leading Uganda, they're the ones who have laid the foundation for this trust to the country. So, one, nze nja kusooka okwebaza ensi yaffe Uganda olw'okukakasa nti nvumu okuteekateeka enkiiko nga zino, okubeera nti esobola okuba n'olukiiko nga luno, nebanga at least different heads of states teziba threatened. You know, once we have insecurity here, we can't have such a summit. Once we have so many things, we don't have.
Bebikwata ku waliwo obuzibu bwonna ku byobulamu.
Exactly.
But
what is more important is that we thought that actually this NAM summit, the young people could benefit a lot. But again, we are finding it again that it is not benefiting. We, as young people, we are not benefiting out of it now. Why? When you try to follow their conversation right from day one, I've not had any conversation about the young people. Yet globally, we are the majority. But what is there? It's about security, it's about environment, it's about actually Israel and Palestine, you understand? But the question of the young people in the world has not been addressed. So there is a very big problem. Then here, you find that actually the young people who would have appreciated actually this summit so much are being displaced. They are being actually disorganized with their businesses. Routes are being actually trying to be diverted and so on. So I think I want to urge the government to try to at least work hand in hand with the young people whom we have at the moment. Nti tusobola okuleeta enkungaana zino mu ggwanga nga tukolera wamu ne bannansi. This summit has come in Uganda because of us citizens.
Yes.
But if it is coming again, it is coming to disorganize us, the citizens, then it is a question. It is something actually which we need to question. It's like now, tuchaziza abagenyi waneeno, then you get your kids to lock them in the toilet. Now, those kids are going to start actually being uncomfortable with the visitors. Next time actually you bring visitors, I will not be happy. So, what we urge the government first of all let us learn to host people with the citizens together. The visitors can be around. Naffe bannanyinimu nga tusobola okweyagalira mu nsi yaffe nga tetulina buzibu bwonna. But find everywhere roadblocks. So yesterday was in skies. Roadblocks everywhere. You understand? So that's one of the things which is disorganizing us, the young people. Then secondly, I've just realized that actually our country appreciates the visitors more than us, the citizens. Because with this now, we have seen actually many construction of the roads have been constructed, many potholes have been actually worked on, hotels have been constructed very well.
Abamu bagamba nti naffe waka bwe tuba n'abagenyi tulongoosa.
Actually right now, omuntu akuba bomu ayinza ofuna obuzibu bw'amaanyi nnyo.
Balawuna buli kadde.
Exactly. I think we should actually try to appreciate both. But tugezeeko okwa-appreciating abannansi first. Tuleme okukola ebintu lw'abagenyi. Okubalowoozesa nti maybe we are so much good, but because now if you go to now this side of Makindye, Entebbe, this is a different actually country. But when you go to the other side of Nadia, Kawempe, Nansa, it is a different country. You understand? Salama Road people, 2 weeks back, I have a friend actually who comes from Salama. He was just jubilating, this time actually government here to Juki. But it is because of the NAM summit.
Yes.
So, nze ndowooza nti government yalisobodde okubaako ne bw'osobola okukola nga tekolerera bagenyi. Kino ekintu kisobole okubeerawo normally gy'omugenyi ne bw'ajja oba tazze bannansi balikyeyagaliramu. Kye kitwawukanyako n'amawanga agatwetoolodde Tanzania, Kenya. Nti bo bakolera bannansi. Nti bw'omugenyi ogendayo naye ng'olredde ekintu kitambula. Kati I'm just wondering oba ebimuli batadde ku makubo abamu bigenda sigalawo.
Ebimu byakaze.
Byakaze n'okala.
Waliwo ebyakaze.
Simanyi oba kati security gye tulina ey'amaanyi. Kuba kati actually this side obubi tebuli at the moment because of the security. You understand? Simanyi oba security tugenda gisigaza. You understand? So basically one, I've just realized that actually government, it is making our visitors so much important than us the citizens. I think we're making our visitors more than important than us the citizens. Then you're actually triggering the citizens to be very much bitter with the visitors. But if you at least work hand in hand with these people, then I think we shall not have so much problems. Then the other thing is about the multiplier effect. This NAM thing, by the way, I'm a reader, but I've actually tried to understand it more when it has come to Uganda. Yet it has such a long time ago in 1961. So I'm trying to understand what is the real actually the impact of this NAM thing. Is it about individualistic countries, or it has an impact?
Mr. Kiri,
you understand?
Before we get to that extent,
yes.
I wanted us to take you a little bit back from where you started.
Yes.
First of all, from the question of youth, because you've said young people, youths at that, have not benefited. First off, as a youth leader, what were your expectations as youths in this NAM summit?
One, it is about involving us, the young people.
How would you like to be involved?
Involving young people, one, in the organization. We have a big body governing us, the young people. That's the National Youth Council.
Yes.
But you don't find it anywhere in the organizations of the NAM summit. Instead, again, actually, you're finding ministers at the airport ushering in the guests, a full minister. You understand? That's not a job of the minister. Let us try to work hand in hand with these young people to get also exposed. But a minister who is already having everything is the one actually being stationed at the airport. That's one. Secondly, we thought that actually, as the young people, we could continue with our businesses normally, even if we have the visitors here. But you find that actually we are being disorganized because of the visitors. It's like actually we are just showing a different picture to the visitors which is not here.
It's not young people, it's all Ugandans.
Yes, but of course, most of the businesses are being occupied by the young people. Most actually those who have been disorganized at Entebbe Road and that side of
abakolera ku
Munyonyi.
streets abasinga.
Exactly. Those are young people. Secondly, I'm not feeling the multiplier effect of now. I thought that what the things which are being utilized, the services, that at least 70% are occupied by the young people. First of all, when they were constructing Munyonyi,
The convention
center, I thought that actually the people in Uganda, not necessarily the young people, we could have actually have that impact when we have actually brought young people across the country. For example, that contract, if you try actually to empower National Youth Council to give labor, they will be in position to provide labor from each and every corner of the country.
Okay.
Then, for example, the supplies in Munyonyi, who is really supplying those people? We have actually a program of Bubu, Buy Uganda, Build Uganda.
Yes.
You understand? To what extent are we utilizing the Ugandan commodities? And who exactly is supplying those commodities to that hotel? You understand? So you find that actually, instead of actually benefiting from this NAM, we are again losing out.
Did the youths position themselves?
Yes.
Be positioning ekimala okusobola okulaba nti baba sporting out baba identifying okubanga babateeka ku bifo ebyokumwanjo mu lukuŋŋaana luno.
Bagezaako nnyo. National Youth Council, by the way, yagezaako nnyo okupushing at least one, they pushed actually for a side summit for the young people in Uganda for NAM. But government failed it. They said, Smani, we don't have money, Smani, what? They had so many reasons actually to fail it. That is one. Secondly, that's a body which is recognized by the Republic of Uganda.
Yes.
You understand? Government, yerina actually okujja mu bavuka negamba, Jacob Oyeri, you're the chairman of National Youth Council. We need this, we have this service, we need the young people, either 50 or 100, to help us in the convention center or to help us at the airport. They have not done it. So you find that actually, as the young people, we have not benefited so much apart from actually reading the news and also hearing what is happening on that side.
Okay. And when you look at, because I'm trying to look at the bodies that you represent,
Yes.
that are youth bodies.
Yeah.
And what has been, and I think that sort of relates with what she was asking. Every single time something happens, usually we also do the Ugandan way post-mortem. Oh, we were not a part of this, oh, we were not a part of that, even in the preparation. National Youth Council, did it just come up now when they announced that Uganda is going to host the summit, just now, actually towards the end of the time of the summit? Did it take time to prepare? Because we know these things early enough for the country to prepare, 2 years, even 3 years. Because when one country takes chairmanship, they know the other one that is going to take after that. Do you think the National Youth Council, the youth organizations were organized enough to start lobbying early enough? Because the last minute things, even if you are the president, I can't start giving people who I do not know if they have prepared enough. Do you think there's also a work that the youth bodies need to put in to make sure they are part of these conversations?
Now, I have used the National Youth Council because it is the national body.
The youth
Yes.
bodies.
But because the mere fact that actually we have a body of the National Youth Council, it is an organization. So you and me, you know that actually if I want young people in the Republic of Uganda, I can go to the National Youth Council. We have Uganda Young Democrats. We also have young people. We have Multi-Party Youth Forum. That's a forum which unites political youth leaders in political parties in parliament. We have IOP, Interparty Youth Platform, which unites actually political party youth leagues in Uganda. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, that one only can testify that actually we are there, we already organized. We have where to find us. We have where you can get us. We have already a name. You understand? But just to take you to your question, National Youth Council had its own initiatives at first. When they were actually even constructing the convention center, they were trying actually to put things right. They had a proposal that one, as the older elders, because actually in NAM you will not find your age, Lillian, me. It is old people.
Yes.
You understand? 60s, 70s. But my concern is, they always say that actually we are the leaders of tomorrow. That means that actually in 2040, 2050, it is us who are going to be in such summits. But we are not being involved. You understand? Involving me doesn't necessarily mean that actually I need to come to you. Because you know that I'm around. When you want me you want to use me in some other things, you want me to nominate you, you know where I am. But when you want, when at least there's something juicy and there's something where you need exposure and expertise and experience, you don't know where I am. That is my concern. So my biggest concern is, as young people, we need now to start being utilized positively in such conferences.
Mwami Kiria kankusale mukatone ekirime baba tunuulidde ku ngeri gye mubadde mweyisaamu emabega bwe kituuka ku nsonga nga zino ez'amaanyi oba conferences zino ez'amaanyi mubaddeko eddoboozi lyonna lye mutaddewo bwe bibadde enkuŋŋaana zino bwe zibadde ngawo mu Uganda, is there anything oba kye mutadde ku social media ne bwe kibeera kitono kitya okuba nti basobola obba sporting out oba considering kati mu lukuŋŋaana nga luno olw'ennamu?
Bibaddewo nnyo. Actually, wogenda ku Twitter handle ya UID. We have tweets about NAM. Wogenda ku Twitters za FDC. 3 days I was at FDC headquarters in Najanankumbi. They were speaking about NAM.
Yes. The
same applies to my friends in NYC. So I've just told you that actually it doesn't necessarily require us actually to go and look for these people. They're the ones to look for us, because it's said that what we say that actually they are running at us. You people, Kiria Ismail, where are you? Rogers, where are you? Lillian, where are you? You understand? NYC, we need this. You understand? But when it comes now to such international forums, they don't look for us. They don't know where we are. And they don't know that we exist as young people. Now, I can just give you an example. The organizer, we are the host. You mean they didn't know that actually they have youth in this country? That they didn't know that actually we have something we can add on as far as the organization is concerned in this country? Is it mandated actually it is a minister now to go and usher in the guests there? You understand? So my biggest concern is there is a time where we are needed and everybody is running at us. And there is a time where we are not known where we are. You understand?
Mr. Kiria, before you go for a break, just a short while.
Yes.
One, if, for example, a youth is going to be put at that airport, we, the same youths, for example, I would very certainly say, of all the things they've decided, youths should just wave at guests who are coming in. There's nothing more we can do. But that's besides the point. Another thing, for example, for the international fair like NAM, that is happening, there's a lot of issues that are actually going on. Do you feel like the youths themselves, even in the youth bodies, have that exposure to be able to participate in these conferences and give meaningful advice? Because there's one thing, because when you say that they look for us when it's time for like elections and whatnot, because they know youths are good at making noise and making a mess here and there. Have youths also shown their expertise in some of these diplomatic international relations that you are able to contribute to those conversations, that they should look for you? Because I feel like if we were here and they knew that there's a young person, Kiria, he's good at this and this and this, and we've seen him do this and this and that, he can comprehend what is going to be taking place, so therefore we need to have them. Do you feel like the youths have also taken time to have that expertise, but also position themselves enough to be able to be considered?
Thank you. Before I go to that, I have used the issue of the airport as just an example.
Yes, yes.
But I'm not saying that actually that's what we were supposed to do in NAM. You understand?
Yeah.
What we've been doing at the moment, even at the summit, at ushering in guests, at the places where actually guests are sleeping and so on. You understand? That's
There's
also a lot of side
of course era waliwo n'abavubuka basobola okukola ebyo. You understand? Naye ogenda okulaba Minisita Mulamba ali kusitula migugu. Really? Kikuwa kitiibwa ki? So, to your question, we have tried our level to show that we are capable of relating with the international people. I'm the president. I've just told you that actually that I'm president of the Young Democratic Union of Africa. That's a body which unites youth leagues of political parties of center-right in Africa. Currently, I'm organizing a symposium and a conference in Morocco in July, right now. I'm organizing that conference. Now, you can understand now my expertise and experience. I'm organizing that conference together with my 19 political parties in Africa, not in Uganda. In Uganda, we are just actually 2 political parties. But I'm coordinating those in Kenya, those in Namibia, South Africa, Morocco, Nigeria, so that we can have that conference in Morocco. Secondly, my leaders here, the National Youth Chair, Jacob Oyero, he has showed the visibility and the expertise. He has moved in different countries. He has actually attended many conferences. He has actually been on different panels. He has actually attended so many conferences. That one only can show that actually is really capable. The finance secretary of NYC, that is, I think I'm forgetting the name.
Sam God, is he the one? The one for now the IGAD, who was elected on the IGAD?
No, I'm meaning a different young man. I think I'm forgetting the name. But I think he has also showed, actually he has been even hired in different forums actually to moderate the conferences and many panels. You understand? So we have so many young people. You go to any political party right now, even if it is CP, there is a young man who is there who can do better. You go to PPP, the national youth leader, Linet Nanyonjo, she's very good, she's superb. But because there is always actually, in Uganda here, we have a problem of mwanawani and also benefiting. I think actually they have that issue of actually benefiting actually those who are close. And they leave out actually those who are at a distant distance. So I think at the moment, in Uganda, we always said that actually the biggest population here in Uganda is the young people.
Yes.
So you want to tell me that actually that biggest population, we don't have like 50 young people in Uganda who can actually have something to do in that conference. So this is deliberate, and it is not that for us we just show ourselves to in violence and also doing this. That's why we are needed in campaigns. But it is also a deliberate effort by government to fire the young people. Because now if you make the young people vulnerable, then it is very easy to use them in any forums. But I just want also to tell this government actually that fenga abavubuka mu ggwanga tulina ebintu bingi bye tusobola okwekolera. They have organized several activities in Kololo. Recently there was I think last year there was and I think it was about investors.
Investors firm.
And before organizing that, they went to Makerere, they mobilized the young people to get numbers now. They went to Chambogo, they mobilized young people. They went to MOVES to mobilize young people. They came to the political space to get young people, to get numbers, to be at least to be recognized that actually they can mobilize very well. You understand? Yep. So the same strategy. Bibakole in Kololo in investment. Twalibadde tulowooza nti bye bye balikoze this time. On top of that, twalibadde tusuubira nti twalibaddeko ne side summit eya as the young people, so that we can also try to project on NAM. You understand? Yes. So I think there is a deliberate effort in Uganda just to fail the young people. But I just want to urge my fellow young people.
Abavubuka basinga beesaasira kakati ogambye wali nti bali be balina okubanoonya, but don't you think nti oluusi kirina okukyukamu nammwe ne muteekawo ka pressure ako okusobola okuba nti nammwe baba considering ng'abavubuka?
Era pressure yabaddewo. Nkugambye NYC yagezezzaako to organize at least a side summit for NAM. Ne bagiremesa nga bagamba tebalina ssente, tebalina ki. Naye ng'ebintu ebirala ssente zibaawo. Okiraba, those are efforts. Ffe ng'abantu abamu abali mu political spaces zino, for us we are available. Because for me, I'm not paid any salary in my party. I'm not paid anything. But I'm there for service.
Yeah.
So government webanga, tulina ekizibu kya political phobia in the country. Government enerowooza nti abavubuka beeyina okukozesa oba abavubuka beeyina okwalininga into such organizations. It is the people in government or supporting government. But you find that actually abavubuka singa tujjamu, because right now we are all Ugandans. Singa tujjamu ekyo ne tuconsideringa buli muna Uganda kuba kati NRM abavubuka beeri nabo batono kubavubuka abali mu opposition oba abatali mu byabufuzi naye nga gye bali. So ndowooza naye ate ekyewuunyisa nti n'abavubuka ate aba NRM nabo they are not being considered. So I think tulina okufuna eddoboozi eryawamu ndowooza tutandika okwogera ku kino kuba tubyogeddeko bingi, tubadde ne conferences nyingi, naye I think babikozesanga just for us actually ndowooza za kukolerako accountability and so on.
Okay.
Recently, nsobola okuwa ekyokulabirako. Recently, last year before it ended, we had a meeting with the Commission of Electoral Commission about the electoral roadmap. Ne tubagamba nti bannange, roadmap eno mwagireese, naye waliwo dates ezitali nnungi. For example, date ya 12 August, that is the International Youth Day. Naye mwagiteeseewo nga date ya nomination of position of National Youth Council. Look at young people will be there celebrating their day. Kindly change that day. Twagenza okulaba actually this year, bagenza okuleeta ate roadmap. Nga that day has been left. Nga that activity is still there. So tebatutwala nga kikulu in most cases.
Okay.
Ate tulowooza nti ebiseera bya violence byaggwawo. Ebyokudda ku makubo, okweyiwa ku makubo, okuba abantu byaggwawo. I think we need, if we have a dialogue with you, we have come with you, to you, we have expressed our interest, try to work upon it. So ogenda okulaba nti ekiseera ekisinga batukozesa just for accountability na kuyisa bivulu nti we met young people, we did this, but yet actually in actual sense they have not done anything.
On that very note, let's go in for a very short commercial break. The Might Drive continues. Wetukomawo ensonga zetuliko z'abavubuka. Ng'oggyeko expectations omukulu zatugambye nti zibabadde balina kuba ng'abavubuka mu nkungaana zino eza NAM. Biki ebyo ebyetaaga okuba nga bikolebwa oba oliawo mu nkungaana eziddako okuba nti abavubuka basobola okuteekebwa ku mwanjo ate bwe kituuka ku nsonga nga zino enkulu ennyo. Katumulemu katono nnyo Might Drive ekyagenda maaso.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hi, Rogers. Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess, yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes, it can, although it may not be as easy as it sounds. and here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me and you now have to spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digital.
Looking for a pair of shoes? Les Hub Stores has a wide range of selection for unisex footwear. We have the best quality of all brands at pocket-friendly prices, and we make deliveries countrywide. Just place your order or reach us on 0772 08 0090. You can also check up at Les Hub Stores on all our social media platforms. Les Hub, craft your own footprints.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Short commercial break. My name again is Roger Suliapa, and with me is Lilian Luede and Ismail Chilia, who is the leader for the Uganda Young Democrats, which is a youth sort of body under the Democratic Party. And today we're looking at a number of issues that are happening around the country, and NAM to be in particular. But before we get back to those news, we have news that the woman MP for Dokolo District, Cecilia Ogwala, has passed on at Mulago Hospital at 77. It's a very sad day. She has been instrumental, really, in this country and the national politics, especially for the ladies and all of these discussions about empowerment and women emancipation. She's done quite an extensive job at that, and we, as a country, will be mourning this particular lady. And it's a sad day. It's a sad day. But also to remember the fact that some of the issues that were discussed recently, the conference that was held by amalgamation of parties, apparently it has not been, most of the leaders, especially have been denied those of the others who are maybe the leaders will listen this time. If you get the opportunity, take that banana and throw it in one of those potholes. Maybe the country will now pay some more attention. But that's some of the issues that are happening around, and I hope this thing actually does happen. As an individual, I'm happy that the country has worked because of NAM. They've made roads, we have painted those roadside, whatever, white, black. But when these things are done, the government goes back to sleeping, and we get back to our normal business, working in potholes, and people's businesses are not thriving. So I think it's a good thing that people are going to be planting those bananas. Maybe the authorities will have to do some better job at that. Anyways, to get back to the discussion for the day, Mr.
But
Kelly.
they said that in Tekateka yali already away.
Yeah. Yali ng'erinda ki the whole time.
Ebadde weeri just lwakuba nti kale kijjidde mu kiseera ekyo.
Ate enteekateeka ebeera sayidi emu.
Thank you.
Maki sayidi eri that side of nalya bichi betaga
abenansa na ku masito waawo wonna
twetagako enteekateeka eyo at least ebuna Kampala yonna
tutandikidde Makinje division zettano zikola Kampala zijja kubanga zikolwako
okay kati abagenyi banajja diri side zeri ate nayo tutandika
tebajja tuukayo.
I want to begin on this note. Before we get to increasing pressure for the youth to make sure that they are considered in all of these discussions. One, you said that some of the people who have been considered are those who support the government and all of that. I wanted to ask someone who's coming from the DP, you have some sort of MOU with the NRM.
Yes.
And you have a minister in the NRM. Okay, in the government, let's not say just NRM. In the government, Mr. Honorable Norbert Mao, Minister of Constitutional Affairs. Even you, the people who seem to have some sort of leaning, you have not been even recognized. What is this MOU also helping you? Because those are some of the privileges you should be able to enjoy.
Before I answer that, I want also to condole with the family of Honorable Cecilia Ogwal. He has been actually a very instrumental leader in this country.
Yeah.
I last saw her, I think, last year when the President General, Honorable Norbert Mao, hosted us at his new residence in Ruboa, when he was actually trying to enter his new house in Ruboa. So Cecilia Ogwal, Honorable, was part of it. So it is really, we have lost a very important person in this country, a person who was an inspiration to many Ugandans, more so the young women. Yeah, maybe back to your question.
Also, one who has not helped the transition process, one of the leaders who have led for a very long time and not retired.
Exactly.
We should also highlight those issues.
Yeah. Actually, it's one of the people whom I've been asking myself, why doesn't she retire?
Yeah, because she was tired.
She's one of the MP whom, when actually is on the floor of Parliament, you really feel that actually is an MP.
Yeah.
That's true.
That Honorable Cecilia Ogwal.
It came with experience.
Yeah, exactly. It is really bad, but we just pray that actually may her soul rest in eternal peace. So back to your question. Now, I think many people confuse the issue of the cooperation agreement with many things. The cooperation agreement is very specific. And it is a proposal, by the way. It is a proposal to this government. And as we were proposing actually this cooperation agreement, it is upon the government either to take our proposal or not, because it helps actually the ruling NRM more than us on the opposition. Because it is specific. For us, we are proposing national dialogue. Because we noted out that actually right here in Uganda, Uganda is on a time bomb. Uganda, when our leader right now leaves abruptly, like Honorable Cecilia Ogwal, you might find that actually the violence which we may have here, oyinza obutajagala. Kubojja kulaba nti omuntu tujja kutandika genocide actually yali e Rwanda wanene. Because people have been actually told or think that the poverty which we are having, the potholes which we are having, the insecurity whereby people are being taken to the drones forcefully, it is brought by people in Western. They have actually colonized actually the problems of Uganda. You understand? So, tulowooza that one, tulina okusooka okuteekawo okutabagana. Let us go for the national dialogue. Twogerezaganye. Secondly, we need to have a reconciliation. Tusonyiwagane. Nti ebibaddewo byonna tubiddwa tukoze eki naye twesonyiwe tewali nsonga lwaki nti si buli muntu ava mu Western nti ali also happy with this government. Era ebizibu ebikoleddwa eggwanga lyattu Uganda okubbibwa essente national debt kati esinga saawa eno budget yaffe ebyo ebizibu si byabanyankole wabula bya muntu omu. So nga Democratic Party tuteekawo proposal tugamba bannange tusonyiwagane. Tontunuulira nga Kirya Ismail ava Busoga. Tontunuulira nga Kirya Ismail ava mu Western. Ntunuulira nga munna Uganda.
because these issues are for Ugandans. You understand? Then the other issue is constitutional review. Every election, tujivamu nga tugamba nti bannange batubya akalulu. Let us try to review this constitution. Wobaawo bye twetaaga okutereeza tubitereeze. Tulina oteekamu ebijinja ebisobola okukoma ku muntu nti president alina obuyinza bungi tubutrimming. Bwe tuba tugenda mu kalulu nga president yatuwa abagenda osala akalulu tukitereeze ekyo. Right now twalabye government yakivuddeko saawa eno kati eronda bakada mikwano gyayo. Already kati
electoral commission yamuno
electoral process saawa eno etandise nakubwamu bituli. Kati awo otegera butegeezi nti ekigenda okuva singa tubaana akalulu 2026 we are going to have actually problems from there. So the cooperation we are having with the government with the NRM, it is a proposal to them. And actually, it is not forced that actually they should go with it. But it is a proposal. So it is upon them, either they take it or not. However, we have Trina Esubi, and right now the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, the President General of the Democratic Party, the position which he got out of the cooperation agreement, alikuteeka enongosereza mu mateeka. Getusuubira nti maybe oboolyawo gasobola tuyambako as we go on. You understand? So ogenda okwesanga nti ye nga Minister wa Justice and Constitutional Affairs talina control ku bintu ebisinga ebigenda mu maaso. Era singa alina control ku bintu ebisinga ebigenda mu maaso osanga oboolyawo ne Electoral Commission yalibadde esobola okutereezebwa. So tuli kusaba nti bannayuganda twagala mutegeere Democratic Party. Ffe tulowooza nti kyekiseera saawa eno Uganda okukyusa obukulembeze nga tetuyiye musaayi. Era y'ensonga lwaki tugamba nti tutabagane, tusonyiwagane, tukole ebintu bye tusuubira nti bannayuganda tebajja kubifunamu bumulumulu oba any criticism before even going to the national elections.
Don't you think nti bannammwe bwe muli ku side yemu because mu kwogera kwolaga nga abakyali ku ludda olw'eddoboozi ly'abantu oba eddoboozi ly'enkyukakyuka bannammwe mubatadde into consideration bwe muli mu lwokaano lwerumu njogera ku abo abali ku ludda olwabula gavumenti okubategeeza ensonga zino ennungi nga z'otugambye muba considerings oba mubategeezezzaako okuba nti mutambulira ku peesi yemu.
Now kati olugendo olw'okukyusa oba okubeera n'enkyukakyuka ennunga mu ggwanga luli upon all Ugandans. Naye ate mu Uganda kati saawa eno yayawulwamu tulina ennyumba ez'enjawulo. Tulina ennyumba eFDC, eNRM, eya DP, eya PPP. Buli omu alina kyafumba okusobola okuggusa bannayuganda mu nkyukakyuka mu kukyusa obukulembeze mu mirembe oba mu kukyusa obukulembeze obulungi. Okiraba? Ffe nga Democratic Party eno y'enkola yaffe. Era nga tugamba nti enkola saawa eno esobola okutuleetera omukulembeze obulungi. By the way, abannayuganda saawa eno tebafa ku mukulembeze ani ali kujja mu bukulembeze. Because they think that obuzibu bwonna bwe tuli kusanga mu Uganda bwa mukulembeze omu President Museveni lwansonga nti ye yajja mu bukulembeze na mmundu. Yajja mu bukulembeze n'abantu abalala balowooza nti bagambwako. Nga ne bw'abalaba nga bakoze ensobi tasobola bagambako. Kati abannayuganda bo bagamba nti oba oli awo singa tukyusa omukulembeze ne bw'aba by the way mutabani ne bw'aba mukyala we ne bw'aba mukoddomirwa abwo ne bw'abaani omuntu mulala singa tuba tukyusizzaako obukulembeze ogenda okwesanga nti ebizibu ebimu bannayuganda bye bafeesinga tetujja bifeesinga. Kubanga omukulembeze omulala bw'ajja ebintu ebimu nti omuntu abbye ssente bamukwate bulungi ebyo tajja byogera ebyo ajja kuba asobola okukwata ensonga nga bwe zirina okukwatibwa. So bwe tuteekawo ensonga eyo eya corporation ne gavumenti yo ya Democratic Party wabula tugibuulira bannayuganda bonna. Uganda Democratic Party egenda mu mukago ne NRM naye ensonga etutwala mu mukago mu NRM lwa nsonga nti twetaaga okukyusa obukulembeze mu ggwanga lyattu Uganda nga tetuyiye musaayi. Ate enkola eno mpya nnyo mu Uganda naye ate nkadde mu mawanga amalala getuteekamu ki getuteekamu obwesigwe nga Kenya, South Africa, n'ebirala so tetwagala ekyali Libya ate kijje wano. By the way saawa eno ndi mu opposition naye saagala lutalo kuba olutalo bwe lutandika simanyi bwe lunandikawo olutalo bwe lutandika simanyi lunalekawo mutabani wange gwenzadde olutalo bwe lutandika simanyi oba lunalekawo mukwano gwange Lilian
aba lunakuleka mu ggwanga Uganda.
Exactly okiraba so kati okuteminga ebyo byonna because now right now bw'otunuulira security ya Uganda nabo mulimu abanyiivu bw'otunuulira ab'NRM bennyini nabo mulimu abanyiivu kubanga nabo basosolwa okiraba so okuteminga tempers ezo tulina okuteekawo enkola gye basobola okukakasa ne bagamba nti oba oli awo tuyinza okukyusaako kwegamba omuntu alina plan B ey'okudisorganizing eggwanga through violence asobola okugiteeka ebbali so kyova olaba tugamba bannayuganda nti yes musobola obutatutegeera naye mutuleke tugezeeko enkola eno gwe owa FDC owa PPP owa NUP owa JEMA naawe osobola okubeerayo n'enkolayo sayidi eyo ey'okukyusa eggwanga era tetugenda kutunuulira nnyo kuba eyo enkolayo so twagala okwemployinga bannaffe abali ku ludda lwaffe oluvuganya buli omu saawa eno tuli mu kkubo lyerimu emmotoka ziri mu kkubo lyerimu naye ekizibu kye tulina ekimotoka ekiri mu maaso awo kitisse kikadde kifuuwa omukka kiteeseeko double indicator tukiyiseeko tutya so bw'oba olina route endala esobola okukibypassinga n'okisooka mu maaso well and good bw'oba olina enkola endala oba ogenda kukijja mu mukka okiyiteko well and good naye ffe tulowooza nti tulina osooka okukwata drive ono omukadde alina ekimotoka ekikadde tumugambe ni mukama wange sayidi eno omukka gututta sooka oyimirireko tulabe bwe tusobola okweteekateeka okuteesa tulabe tutya bwe tusobola okukozesa ekkubo lino ffenna nga tweyagala naye si ggwe ng'weyagalira mu kkubo wekka naye eno emabega nga tufa mukka okiraba so kati yenkola eyo so bannayuganda baleme kutunuulira nnyo cooperation agreement eya Democratic Party ne NRM bw'obanga oli mu nkyukakyuka era ng'oyagala okukyusa obukulembeze bwa Uganda nkola ki gy'oteeseewo okukyusa obukulembeze bw'eggwanga well that is okay era ekyo tekirina buzibu ffe twegatta dda waliwo twali mu TDA waneeno mu kinaana twegatta ne President Museveni nga tulowooza nti tuli kutwala obote tufune obuyinza bwajja era ne tumwegatta so tubikoze ebyo byonna naye ffe tulowooza nti saawa eno okwegatta ku opposition tekulina kyamaanyi nnyo kikusobola okukola nga tetusobodde kwogerezaganya na muntu oyo kuba kati saawa eno President Museveni takyali mu mbeera ya kutwala na mundu yenkola yesobola okumugyako tosobola kumugyako na mundu President Museveni saawa tusasobola kumugyako na kalulu kuba kati atandise kuleeta n'abakaada be abeesimba ku NRM kuba kati bw'ogoberera gundi electoral commission saawa eno gye yalonze bonna bakaada be NRM kati ogenda mu kalulu ako ng'ogamba nti onokajjamu obuwanguzi tekikyasoboka naye ndowooza kyekiseera saawa eno tutandika okuteekawo enjogerezaganya ne gavumenti eno obutaba na kabi kasobola kusamukira bannayuganda bwe tuba saawa eno n'obuzibu bwonna mu Uganda at the moment obuzibu obwo tebugenda kusosola nogamba nti awo no NRM ono awo no akola ku digital TV awo no musoga you understand but kajja kuba katutwalira wamu ng'abannayuganda so kati kyetuligezaako okumanejinga so bannaffe abali kwegattira mu mikago eyo weera ni gutu bagaliza emirembe era tetuli bavumirira kyemulikola kirungi nnyo mugende mu maaso naye ate nammwe temuvumirira kyaffe kyetukola kubanga naffe ekigendererwa ekimu ekyokukyusa obukulembeze so kati bwe mubeere bwe munaabukyusa tujja beebaza naffe bwe tunaakyusa mujje mutwebaza yenkola eyo saawa tekiri about just kwegatta bwegasi kubanga tulina okwegatta nga tulowooza nti wasobola okubaawo impact
because waliwo aba DP already abaliyo
bali nga kinnoomu naye si kibiina osobola okubeerayo nga kinnoomu naye ekyo si kibiina so ffe tulowooza nti twagala okuba encouraginga mwongere okugenda mu maaso n'emikago egyo egy'opposition era twagala okubateekamu amaanyi okubazaamu amaanyi we mukutte weewo era mugendere ddala mu maaso bwe munajjako omusajja tujja kujja kutubeebaza Naffe bwe tunamujjako mujje mutwebaze. Yensonga eriwo saawe.
Cheria, let me ask you. I've not had an opportunity to ask a DP person.
Yes.
What makes you think that if the omusajja oyo w'ekimotoka ekiri kasozi w'ekitebe kyatambula has disrespected every other person, has disrespected every other instrument that is respected in this country, is going to respect you? Why you? What is special about you?
No, now, Kati, having challenges in some other engagements, tekikugaana kugenda mu maaso. Bw'oba ofunyeeko obuzibu, right now nze sirina mmotoka. Ntambuza boda naye boda zitta abantu every day.
That's true.
Naye tekindobera kulinnya boda kutuuka wendaga. Okiraba? Emmere gye tulya erimu obuzibu. Naye njirya embuto mbirya. You understand? So, President Museveni, it is not true, first of all, that actually he has disrespected each and everything.
Not each, majority.
Why do you think that?
Majority of them he has, especially fundamental ones.
Yes, why? I want to ask you also a question. Why do you think that actually right now, Honorable Moses Sall is still a third deputy prime minister at his stage and status?
I do not know what the arrangement was there.
So you know it.
But I also know.
Now I want to tell you that not every agreement that he disrespects it. President Museveni tetumulabangako ng'asayinga endagaano nti eno ngisayinize. Era ebintu bye nsayinizeeko bye bino. Endagaano eyo weeri yagiteekako omukono. President Robert Mao n'agiteekako omukono. Honorable Sirana n'agiteekako omukono. Weeri in written.
Ebyalimu n'abyo.
We also had a constitution.
In 1996.
We also have a constitution, just a second, that he even presided over to make sure that we have a constitution as a country. One that is the best, actually, one of the best. But it's also the same person that keeps pulling out a few fundamentals that are enabling him to continue. Didn't he sign that one?
Yes, that is now different.
But he has disrespected.
No, he has not disrespected. That one is different
different?
Than having a constitution right now. Nagaman constitution, there is this article, and he has broken it. He doesn't break it, but he uses what we refer as the democratic tendencies to change, then he continues. You understand? So what I can tell you that actually, right now, omulimu gwe tuliko gwa kusobola kukyusa ggwanga tetujja kutunuulira nnyo bintu bitutataaganya wabula ekikulu kya byonna what is our goal. On top of that, is there a cause actually to change the head of state? You understand? So waliwo obuzibu bungi of course naye nga President Museveni alina byateekako essira era byawa ekitiibwa. Bano ba Moses Sall okubanga bakyali mu gavumenti naawo tolowooza nti kyali it is just out of blue nti yes amwagala abeerewo endagaano gye yakola naye.
I know a few rumors, but I do not know the facts.
Yes.
But so let me ask you, Chiria. For this agreement that you have had, and I'm not saying it is a bad one at that. If it works well and good, like you have said, since you signed it, what have been the achievements under that cooperation agreement?
No, one is
for Uganda, for example, because you said earlier that when Uganda to criticize what we are doing, do whatever works you think works, and we are doing what we think works. But also, Democratic Party is a public entity, one that Ugandans need to critique if they feel they need to.
Yeah.
So, for Ugandans' sake, for the time that you have been in that agreement with the NRM, what have been the achievements that you can say? Since we signed this agreement, this 1, 2, 3 things we have achieved, and we are pushing for 1 or 2, and here is where we are.
Nsobola okugamba nti we have not achieved so much, but we have achieved that agreement. 2, tuvuganyiza President Museveni. We have been actually political players for a very long time. Tumuvuganya for very many years. I can also ask, what has it changed? You understand? The Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, which we are holding because of the cooperation agreement.
Which is an individual benefit. By
it is not an individual benefit.
It does not
benefit
for
the country.
How does it benefit?
When
any other person could have occupied that office and done exactly what he's doing.
When the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs negotiated for the Seya Wanyanas and the Segirinya, you can actually see the minister. If we had another minister of justice and constitutional affairs, I don't think he would have done that.
Okay.
When he had just actually come, he had an issue of the political prisoners,
Yes.
which actually comes along to address and so on.
Which has not addressed anything for that matter. We still have political prisoners.
We have some political prisoners who have been actually released.
Has it been because of that?
Effort. Yeah, you know, sometimes
Okay.
you may not understand each and everything.
Please continue.
You understand? But I'm now giving you information. But
Inside information.
yes, that is an information.
Okay.
But at the moment, what I can tell you is that actually, once the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs presents ennongosereze z'amateeka zaali kuteekateeka saawuni zagenda okuleeta mu parliament, ojja kulaba nti ekifaananyi kya Uganda kigenda kukyuka at the moment. So osobola okugamba nti yes, also, you are looking at the bigger picture. We have not achieved so much as you expect. But at the moment, at least we are digging the ground. This cooperation agreement is like now we are building a storage building. So twatandikira mu musingi. So in a musingi oyinza obutategeera bye tukola. Naye bwe gunaavaayo, then that's when you realize. But at the moment, at least we have tried actually to okuteekerateekera bannayuganda kye balina okukola. Tetubaako na Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs avaayo boldly n'avumirira human rights violations in Uganda. Kizimba wanagamba bannange abasirikale mwakoze ki kino. Bannange, this is not good. You understand? So what I can assure Ugandans that anytime from now we are having constitutional amendments from the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Anytime from now.
Okay.
We are just not yet set at the moment, but I think after these summits, anytime we are presenting the constitutional reviews,
The proposed
in Parliament, yes.
Kizirengeddamu tukize ku Democratic Party ng'oggyeko ebifo by'abakulu bye mwafuna. Is there anything else kye musobodde okuba nga mwachivinga mu nkolagana yammwe gye mwayingiramu?
Yes. Enkolagana gye twayingiramu ndowooza tusobola okugamba nti tulina ekifaananyi kye tukyusizzaako right now as a party. I always don't want to speak this on air, but for your question, let me bring it like this. As a party, the corporation has helped us to reorganize down. Right now, Ugandans are not actually understanding what is happening underground Democratic Party.
Make them understand the DP is a public
But
entity.
yes, but I'm assuring you that many structures of the Democratic Party, up country, they're able to sit and caucus without any interference with security. On top of that, me as a person in my area, I am no longer having the other image with the security. In case I'm able actually to help my people in Jinja who are actually being affected by insecurity with the security officers because of that cooperation agreement. Because now they are now not sure. Is this person?
So you see precisely why Ugandans are saying you guys are now under the armpits of the NRM.
Not armpits. But you know, a gun, even if I borrow it from you, it can kill you.
Why is it special that you will go and face no issues with the police and another person from the FDC does? What is the difference?
No, from the other DP.
Because you both are DP.
Before you even talk about FDC, from the other DP etakkiriziganya na bukulembeze ba Honorable Mao. But ataganyiziddwa oluusi.
Why do you speak the same thing and have no repercussions and another one from the other side of DP or FDC says
Now, because of that enkolagana. Wakati wemba na enkolagana nawe.
So you don't blame Ugandans who think you're under the armpits of
No, I have to blame them. Because we are not totally saying that actually government is supporting the Democratic Party in whatever it is doing. You understand?
It supports 70%.
But when
80%.
but when it is supporting me to organize myself, to make what I want to do, you know, you're making me to speak many things, and it is but what I can assure you,
it's making you give out information that Ugandans need to know.
What I can assure you that in 2025, 2026, you're going to see a new brand of the Democratic Party out of this cooperation agreement. Because many people actually are undermining the cooperation agreement, but many people, most of the party members, they are yet to realize the strength of the cooperation agreement when we have gone into the next delegates conference and when we're also trying to plan for the next presidential elections.
Won't it be too late in already damage ekoleddwa?
It is not. It is not. Again,
bali beewaggudde batandise okubaako ebintu ebirala bye bakola abagala okuba okuteekawo n'obukulembeze ebirala. So
no, okukyusa obukulembeze actually right now we are in the process. And we are going for restructure building anytime from now. And it was by May this year. Tujja kuba tusobodde okulondesa districts zonna 146. Then in August we shall have our delegates conference where we shall have actually to have our presidential candidate, then also elect other national leaders of the party.
Olwo bannammwe abakkiririza bakyalina omusaayi guli ogwa Democratic Party naye nga tebakkiririza mu bukulembeze buliwo. Mulina enteekateeka yonna ey'okulaba nti muddamu okukolaganira awamu.
Bonna tubayita bwe tuba tuli kukyusa obukulembeze tetuli kusosola. Buli omu addeyo ewuwe. Tugoberera amateeka g'ekibiina. Kuba amateeka g'ekibiina gagamba, one, you have to be a member. Every year we renew our membership. So we have to register memberships. We have actually to get membership cards. Tuyingire register z'ekibiina. Tutandike obukulembeze from down. Village, parish, sub-county, constituency, then district. Then after district, or tuyingire mu delegates. Because right now, every district agenda tusindikira abantu basatu mu delegates conference. That is the chairperson, the woman leader, and the youth leader. Then conference will send 2 people. Those are the delegates. So that's how, if you're not part of the delegates, you'll not be in the delegates conference. So I'm just urging my fellow DP members, yes, wabaddewo obutakkaanya, ate nga it is normal. Naye tusooke tubuteeke ebbali, tugende mu leadership renewal. Tugendere ddala wansi tewali agenda kugaana kwesimbawo kasitoba ng'olina ebisaanyizo bya Democratic Party. Ojje era n'okuvuganya ku bifo byonna. Bw'oba oyagala kwesimba ku kyange ekyabavubuka, nze nalangira dda sikomawo mu bavubuka. Because at least I've been groomed enough. So I'm going for another position. Bw'oba tunasangana ku position eyo tujja vuganya. President General naye ayagala omuvuganya ajja muvuganye. Secretary General ayagala okumuvuganya ajja muvuganye. Otherwise bwe tunaagendera side zeyo ng'oyogerera mabbali g'ekibuga ate nga okujjula kuli wanene mu kibuga, then ojja kufika emmere.
President General oba muvuganye yasalawo kibiina kitwala ye ng'omuntu n'abantu be mu abatono.
Singa yakitwala singa saawa tetuli ku organizing a delegates conference. Singa yakitwala yali badagaba katwakizingako. Naye we are going in the leadership renewal.
So what are you doing about that section, those two? Because now you have DP block. What are you doing about that?
No, there is no DP, there is no DP block.
Because he's the President General. Yes. What are the efforts? What are the efforts to unify those?
We are encouraging them. You try to follow the Democratic Party activities right now. We are in leadership renewal. Anytime the National Organizing Secretary is actually bringing the roadmap. Olunaku luno tujja kuba tulonda byalo, Miruka, sub-county, paka ku district. N'olunaku lwa delegates conference. Tusaba abakulembeze bonna abatakkiriza mu bukulembeze bwaffe obuliwo saawa eno. Genda mu kulonda kwa wansi oveeyo ojje otujjeko. Naye tojja kubeerayo kubirako ereereyo ng'olowooza ojja kutujjako bujja. So tuve
bana akalulu kanaaba kabwenkanya
Democratic Party akalulu ketutegeka kaba ka ballot. Era nga tuyita mu mateeka weewandiisa bw'oba olina ebisaanyizo okusinza mu ssemateeka w'ekibiina era weesimbawo.
So buli omu abalina obuyinza era byebategeka n'akalulu.
Exactly, of course, era ffe tuli mu bukulembeze. Kati tugambe FDC ajategekera akalulu. Oba tugambe Lilian atali wa DP ajategekera akalulu.
Abakutte omumuli guno bategeka. Okay.
So n'olw'ensonga eyo tuve mu kunyiiga, tuve mu ntondo. Let us leave out our differences and we come back to work for the party. Okay. If you think that actually we have led this party badly, come and take us away. Tetugenda ganirawo. Democratic Party is one of the parties which is very democratic. Era our constitution is very clear. Everybody who is going to nominate ajja kuweebwa abalonzi, the delegates nti bano be balonzi, you have been nominated, genda onoonya akalulu.
Okay.
Okiraba.
2024 Uganda Young Democrats.
Yeah, 2024 right now kati tuli kumaliriza actually Democratic Party youth policy.
Okay.
Baffe twalowooza nti unlike other young people who lament so much about government tetuwadde mirimu, government ekoze kimala mu sports, government ekoze kimala okuyamba abavubuka abali mu business and so on. We thought we can develop an alternative policy. Netugamba nti yes, government olina policy eno ey'abavubuka naye ffe tulowooza nti abavubuka baali twaliddwa bwe bati. So we moved around the country, we went to Western, we did consultation, we went to Eastern, we did consultation, Northern consultation, even here in Central we did consultations. So now we are now in the final stages of actually formulating, having a final draft of the Democratic Party youth policy, and in time it is going to be out. Then afterwards, I think the biggest activity, it is about the leadership renewal. We are encouraging the young people whom we have actually tried to mentor and train in the universities, Makerere, Chambogo, MOOPS, Gulu. Kindly go back to your villages, come through structures, and also join the national leadership of the Democratic Party. So basically, we're just organizing our fellow young people so that they can also participate in the next delegates conference of the Democratic Party.
So somehow you have there's like two factions, the Youth League of DP, and then there's also two factions of the main DP. What causes all of this? As you are the leaders, because you're the ones who are in the main, at least one that was there before all of these things came up. What has caused all of these divisions and what's not?
Now, I can't tell actually the causes of these divisions actually as you may want.
No, there's no way I want. I just want to know. Hey, I just want to know. There's no way I want.
There's no way block, but what I can tell you is that actually, politics is about interest. Buli omu akola kyasuubira nti kino kye kimpisaawo. Uganda Young Democrats bwe yali yazimbibwa nga to train the young people and also empower young people to come up politically. Abagizimba bali bavubuka nga they were 25, they were 30, they were 28. You understand? And by then, the political parties were in abeyance. There was UPC and DP, and they were held at their party headquarters. So no political party was allowed to do any political activity outside the party headquarters. Now there came UID, when it is the only entity which is the voice to the voiceless, because it was not a political party, it was not an NGO. So government had no way to handle this legally. You understand? Now, with the work it did, it attracted a lot of funders. It attracted a lot of things outside the country. They had workshops, they had trips, they had what? They had money here. You understand? But as time went on, now these people, they have grown. Some of them are 50, some of them are 65, some of them are 48, you understand? But basing on the benefits they used to have, they think actually they can't live that. So those who were saying that actually UID is for the young people, they say, no, UID is for the people who are just starting politically. Now that's the narrative which they changed. With the mindset that they did actually to continue attracting the other people who used to give them scholarships, money and so on. You understand? So it is about relevance. Yes, I also have people. I'm governing a big chunk of people. So you can also give me money and so on. So it is about interest. And I think that's what actually those people are doing. Balo was anti-Saweno because now Bali kusamuka politically. In the last national elections, we had the problem and the challenge of people crossing from the Democratic Party to NUP. Those are the people actually who crossed. When they went the other side, they were also rejected. Now, after being rejected, Katibalaba, bayimiriddewa. You understand? Katibatu bekutewa. Oh, to them to kwate chintu kino, kugamba to give us relevance and so on. Once a leader, you always don't want those kind of titles. You don't want to leave those kinds of titles and so on. And so, be a very work at Sa when abantu bali kunonya entitlements, abantu bali kunonya relevance. Because it is not part of us. It is people who have their own selfish interests.
Okay.
You understand? With the funders and outside people.
Olwakadde dakika tulina atano nnyo kubanga tuweze kasho naye waliwo ebibuuzo Nagamba, so to Mr. Kiria, it's Mao that released Sewanya and Segini. Kale me all along I thought it was court, that it was court bail. Kumbe, it was Mao bail.
Now, I want to tell Ugandans that government yana kyemalira togirowooza nnyo nti ekolera nnyo ku mateeka. Sewanya na Nsegirinya si be basoose okusibwa mu ggwanga lino. We have so many young people who are still in prison because of the 2021 elections. Tebateebwanga. Why? Maybe obaolyawo tetubategeera oba bagibwako amaaso. There are so many things which go at the back of ourselves. Ng'oliwo ebintu ebitambulira wansi naye nga tetubiraba. So negotiations zibaawo even in courts of law. Ne mutuuka okunegotiate ngamba nti bannange yes kituufu balina omusango guno naye beetaaga okufuna at least gundi bail baweze nga bavaaki wabweru. Ebintu ebyo ebimu bannayuganda muyinza obutabiraba oba muyinza obutabitegeera ngeri gye bigenda mu maaso naye ate bibaayo. Most of the prison tulabye abantu wanene abatta n'abantu naye ate ne bavaayo. Okiraba ne bavaayo mu makomera ate ng'omubbi w'enkoko yakyaliyo mu kkomera. So government yanna kyemalira tolowooza nti ejja kugendera nnyo ku mateeka. It is what he has brought that actually the same constitution which he brought nagamba nti nnungi nnyo ate agenze agijjamu. Okiraba? Yes.
Since Mao was able to broker some bail for this too.
Yes.
What is he doing for all the others?
Oh, of course, negotiations are still going on.
Was it done because bano babaka parliament bali before me?
They are not special Ugandans. They are not special Ugandans. Exactly. Anti kakati obuzibu tetumanyi buli omu. Okitegeera. Tetusobola tegeera buli omu. Yes, naye tetusobola tegeera buli omu. Naye kati ogenda okulaba nti kati oba oli awo abantu baabwe they were maybe very quick to come to the Minister of Justice. I have my friend whom I may not actually mention here at the air, but he is visiting some people in Chigo prison. They are political prisoners in 2021 elections. But their cry to this person was like, our party betrayed us. Actually, boya beera bira. Baba Siba, never Nubian Liz. Olwajjayo ba Nubian Liz balibo ne beera bira. Now those people were crying to this person, please, tutuukireko wa Minister of Justice ayingire mu nsonga zaffe. Okay. Era bwe yajja nange nangamba ne mu directing wa Minister nangamba genda oyogere naye. Nayogera naye, they tabled. Right now I've not yet actually followed how far they have gone as far as actually bailing them out. But what I can actually assure Ugandans that right now tuli kutambulira almost nganjegere. Tuli basibe ffenna. Naye tulina okutambula mu njegere gino tulabe bwe tusobola okuggusa eggwanga lino. Okay. President Museveni takkiriza musemateeka naye tumufoosingako. Naye tulina okukozesa amateeka gaffe amatono ge tulina. Era nga bwe tuteekako n'okwogerezaganya kubanga President Museveni mukimanye bulungi nti ye muyeekera. Ye tali nga civilian nga ffe muyeekera abadde mu government nyingi. So kati engeri gy'okumukwatamu si gy'okwatamu President Ruto owe Kenya. Bye bibi ate birala kuba yamanyi yaleese emirembe gino yagirwanirira yakubwa amasasi yasula mu nsiri yali emese. You understand all that? So kati sometimes engeri gyakwatamu bannayuganda abakwatamu mu mbeera yagamba nti oba oli awo nze mbayamba okubeerawo oba okubeera n'emirembe gino. So waliwo ebintu bye tukola undergrounding oba oli awo tobitegedde tobimanyi naye ate nga tubikola ku lwa bannayuganda era nga temujja bitegeera era nga tetujja vaayo kubagamba nti tukoze kino okuyamba bannayuganda.
Okay, comment endala egamba, me I think that rather than wasting the resources, the guest should convince his president Mao to just wait for the NRM primaries. Atenze ndaba Mr. Chiria is a suitable match for an NRM mobilized.
For me, I'm a Democrat. Atenze sibangako mu kibiina kirala kyonna ever since my childhood. Okay. President Robert Mao is a Democratic Party. is a DP. Era ne bwe baali bamuwa ministry, president yamu addressing as chairman general, you understand, of the Democratic Party. So that means actually the person who appointed him yamutegeranga wa kibiina kya Democratic Party akivaayo n'akinyumya lunywe. So nsaba bannayuganda naddala bannaffe aba Democratic Party, bw'oba tosiimye bukulembeze bwa Honorable Norbert Mao, obwa Kirya Ismail bwalimu, obwa Honorable Siranda, obwani tuli kuteekateeka okukyusa obukulembeze mu Democratic Party. Mujje muvuganye. Nze bw'onankuba akawulu sigenda kalemerako. President Norbert Mao bw'onaamukuba akawulu tagenda kulemerako. Honorable Siranda bw'onaamukuba akawulu tagenda kulemerako. We are going to organize a free and fair election. Come, participate, then results zinavaamu ze tunaagenderako. Yes.
One last question about the topic of the day. We talked about youth, talked about how they've been sidelined. I wanted to, just as a conclusion, how do you think we can now increase the pressure that in the future engagements, at especially that global level, young people, youths can be a part of them?
I think now we need to take away embeera ng'abavubuka okwongera okulaga government nti abavubuka tulina ekyamanyi kye tusobola okukola. Oba oli awo government teri ku recognizing that effort. Ekyokubiri, we can project the new the coming events here in Uganda. Tutandike maybe okulobinga a year before. Oba oli awo kyekibuzeemu. Ekyokusatu, government nayo erina okutandika okuinvolvinga abavubuka. Kati summits zino bwe zijja ne mutaba na topic addressing abavubuka globally, then there is a problem. We have a problem of climate change and also youth inclusion. It is a big problem worldwide. Kati ndowooza abategesi nsaba muleme kutunuulira nnyo bakadde oba kutunuulira nnyo bamyaka gyammwe, kuba kati tulina okuteekebwateekebwa ng'abavubuka, because nze nnyinza obutabaawo but Lilian ajja kubaawo in 2040 or 2050. You understand? So amakulu gagamba nti abavubuka bwe bagenda okudda mu bifo bye bagenda okutandika okutegeka, bwe bagenda okwaniriza abagenyi, bwe bagenda okugenda mu those summits. But if you have not groomed them and also given them that expertise and experience, then you're doing a disservice to this world. So I'm just encouraging the organizers that I understand we have it is an issue of interest and it is an issue of seeing Fetufundira and so on, but let us have a mind of the future generation. How is it placed and how is it positioned? If we leave it in this kind of dilemma, then it is actually your grandsons and daughters who are going to suffer in the hands of those youth who are available. So let us try to keep a mind of the young people and also the young people available. Let us try actually to position ourselves very well. Let us position ourselves strategically, and we lobby in time so that we can be in position actually to feature in such international organizations and so on.
Okay,
I want to thank all the listeners and viewers of this program. Njakwebaza Uganda Young Democrats members, Democratic Party members, all Ugandans for accepting and also keeping peace. It is not necessary to government maybe to kuma peace, but kirungi nnyo okulaga empisa. Ng'omugenyi waali okumwenya ko kwaze just kukaka abantu, naye okumwenya kw'abantu ndowooza twetaaga okuteekawo ebintu ebireetera abantu okumwenya nga tebakakiddwa than just forcing them to smile and so on. So I remain Kirya Ismail. I'm the president of the Uganda Young Democrats, the acting spokesperson of the Democratic Party, and also the president Young Democratic Union of Africa. I thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Mwami Kirya webale nnyo olwakadde k'otuwadde abalabi baffe abalungi tubeebaza. Omukulu Ethan Mwine webale nnyo kubanga kw'oli olaba. Mwebale nnyo abatugoberedde, abasharinze, abakomentinze. Tweyanziza nnyo, tweyanze. Akadde kano tugenda kubanga tuwunzika show yaffe olunaku olwaleero, naye nga nkutegeeza nti ku ssaawa emu ey'akawungeezi tusobwa voltage show tujja kubaawo nga twongera okuttaanya ensonga ezo. Mwami Kirya zatakoonyeeko ate wali tujja kwongera okuzimalayo n'okuzirambulula obulungi. Ddala kwebaza bannaffe bwe tukoze olunaku olwaleero omukulu wa Justice Yahaba webale kukola. Ku kamera kuliko omukyala Teddy Tenjo Nabukeera, so ng'ate mu control room waliyo omwami Mukosanot Anthony n'omwami Ali Alibawa. Bwe tukoze bwe tutambudde era show bwe tugikoze mbagaliza kubeera bulungi. Mweraba.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.